Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. To all my cool cats and cool kittens, they try to bite our style, but they stay frostbitten. You're now tuned into the airways of CFRE 91.9 FM and on the World Wide Web at CFREradio.com. It is your man, DM C.O.O.L, and you're now tuned into C.O.O.L Radio.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
That's right. Your ass better call somebody. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because we are live on the airwaves right now, as you heard on the intro airwaves. That is yours truly, DM C.O.O.L, featuring my man Goliath Paw. Shouts to my man Goliath Paw for the feature on that record. You'll be hearing the full entirety of that in the near future, I guarantee that. But enough about me. It's time for me to educate and entertain you guys like I always do on a weekly basis. And in order for me to do that, I first have to get some stuff off of my chest, as you already know. So with that being said, I think it's right about time that I let that itch breathe. Can I let that itch breathe? I think I'm about to do that right now.
Let this bitch breathe.
Yo, my speakers, or not my speakers, my headphones are pretty loud, so I have to adjust the volume just a little bit. I'm not trying to work with. But anyways, some stuff that I found interesting. First and foremost, big shouts to Kyle Lowry. He will be representing the Toronto Raptors in this year's All-Star game happening this weekend, starting tomorrow. He'll be in the actual game itself, and then also he'll be taking part in the skills competition on Saturday. Now, the reason why I talk about NBA All-Star Weekend to start things off is because of the fact that it falls in line on the same day as Valentine's Day. So, fellas, if you do not have a woman who is interested in basketball or sports in general, let me be the first to say my condolences. I know you had your heart set on watching the three-point competition, the skills challenge, the dunk competition, even though there's no big name stars in there, but that's a whole other argument for another day. But sometimes you just gotta take that L. And at the end of the night, hopefully, like my man Pharrell, you're about to get lucky. And for all my dudes out there who are dating women who are interested in the NBA, whether as casual fans or, dare I say, bigger fans than you, I have one thing to say to you and one thing only. You're the real MVP. That's all I gotta say. If you're able to stay in and pay zero money and just watch basketball for 3 solid hours, and you guys are just chilling, eating popcorn, maybe you went to the LCBO a couple hours before, but if you have to spend less than $100 on Valentine's Day this weekend, I applaud you, I salute you, all that good stuff. Now, another thing that's going down this weekend for Valentine's Day, of course, is the release of the long-awaited film or book turned into film, 50 Shades of Grey. Now, it's one thing for couples to go and see that movie, all buddied up and what have you, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of very lonely, desperate, thirsty women who are going to be seeing that movie, and they're going to be going with their girlfriends, and these are the girls who can't get men themselves because of whatever reason. But in those movie theaters, it's going to be dying of thirst. Everyone is going to be begging for a drink or two in that movie theater, I guarantee. I won't even be surprised if there will be some people, doing some questionable acts in that theater. And I can only imagine if this movie is going to be on IMAX, because good Lord, if it is, it's about to get messy in that room. One thing that I find somewhat amusing is the hype behind this movie. Now, this movie, the concept behind it, it's nothing new. Now, for all the people who were born after 1996, you guys probably have yet to hear of a little-known movie by the name of 9½ Weeks, which stars Kim Basinger, all right? Now, back in that day, I think that was like 1992. I think I just said that, whatever. Nonetheless, that was pretty much the premise of 50 Shades of Grey. All right? If you've read the book of 50 Shades of Grey, go back to that movie, and I guarantee you're going to see so many parallels in between that. So, for all the people who are thinking that this is something new, this is something that's never been done before, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. But I'm just saying, it's kind of been already there. I'm not hating or anything, I'm just saying. And I find another thing funny, that there are a lot of girls a lot of females want to get mad when men are watching something that's sexually provocative and something that stimulates them. And they'll say all sorts of stuff like, "Oh my God, you're such a pig. ew, you're disgusting, you're such a pervert. But then they go and see a movie like Magic Mike or 50 Shades of Grey, and they're like, oh my God, take it off, yeah. Like, no. You can't have it your way. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're gonna say something's nasty and offensive, then call a spade, and don't just turn the other cheek if it's something that's more beneficial to you. I'm just saying. Just keeping it 100. And before we go to commercial break, one more thing that I want to get off my chest. There was another thing that I found quite disturbing, rather. And this goes in part to Valentine's Day. And there is a new thing going around. Not necessarily going around, but it's been made known. It has to do with chocolates and other edibles. Now, there is a new chocolate going around, and it basically looks like the inside of someone's rectum. Yes, you heard me correctly. In layman's terms, it is a chocolate asshole. I kid you not. There is a company called Edible Anus, and they are making chocolates that are basically designed to look like an asshole, all right? What they do actually is they actually basically get the chocolate and then they basically cement it within your asshole to match the contours and the crevices of your asshole, basically. And you can actually have these chocolates mailed to you by door. And it takes about 5 business days, roughly, from what I'm hearing. And once again, the company is called Edible Anus. It comes in such flavors as Meek Milk, Tight White, and also, I think the last one was Dilated Dark, or something to that extent. Anyways, basically, that is a new Valentine's Day thing going on right now, and it really shows you how far Valentine's Day in terms of capitalism has gone. So, if you are into that freaky deaky kinky dominatrix slave and masters type of thing, then that might be up your alleyway. But that is one paddle that I will not be riding up in Schitt's Creek. I guarantee you that. Literally and figuratively. I'm just saying, I don't really like to mess around like that. I just keep things simple. I'm not even into the roses, but I'd rather do the roses than a chocolate asshole. I'm just saying. Anyways, enough about me. It's time to get to the commercial break. And when we get back to the commercial break, we are going to talk about Grammys. And there was a lot of chaos that ensued at the Grammys, both on the carpet and off the carpet.